Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome to your day of spiritual guidance. The card that came out for today was the Emperor. Now, we all know that the Emperor represents stability. It makes us want to build foundations and do things that will make us feel stable and comforted and secure in our lives. Spirit wants you to know, though, that the things that we consider acts, or not acts, but the concrete things that we define as stability, from seeing, like seeing a home that we live in, seeing the vehicle that's in good shape to travel us, seeing is only part of the picture. Stability comes from something inside. It's from a knowing. It's from an invisible part of the self. Okay? It's from certain things that you can't see but trust. When you trust in yourself and you trust in your journey, you bring a sense of stability that defies any of the physical things that you are seeing with your eyes, okay? So that's what this was coming through. I'm going to be looking at that before I carry on. Thank you so much for being part of my channel. I have extra ways that you can support me. You do this by increasing my watch time, liking the videos, commenting on the videos. These are all things that you can do. I have a playlist below that you can click onto, and when you do go there, just make sure if you watch an extra video to leave a heart comment. I do special things at the end of the month of April for anybody who's given me that little extra. Thank you so much for your support. Everything that you can do is in the description box. A lot of these things are for free, of course, so you don't need to do anything extra. Like I said, like, comment, watching more of the channel, all things you can do. All right. I'm giving this a shuffle, Pisces, but I'm actually going to read from these beautiful cards that came out, the Enlightenment and the Patience. I also wanted to show the back of the card. Like, I feel this is such a beautiful backing to these cards. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I just love it. The beautiful kind of hazy sun. You know it's the sun, even though you can't see quite the shape. The rays of light and the beautiful waves. It spoke to me today. So that's why I took a moment in the beginning to show you that. Okay, so these were very beautiful today, and I'm going to read you what these say, because I feel that they speak of the fact that you can't always see the big picture, but it's definitely there for you, okay? Things are definitely happening to help you. Our beautiful home galaxy is so large that if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to go from one end to the other. It is small compared to some galaxies. For example, the Hercules, a galaxy would take 1.5 million years to cross at the speed of light. The realm of galaxies is so vast and so wide that it is beyond human comprehension, which is why the galaxy often symbolizes great enlightenment, as well as faith in the forces much greater than us, right? There's so much out there that we don't know, that we don't see, yet it is, right? It says, enlightenment occurs when one steps out of the confines of an ordinary definition of self and expands into a greater awareness of the self within the universe. You are now reaching into the invisible realm of spirit and connecting with what you cannot see. Forces beneath the surface are supporting you on your journey. Have faith in yourself. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be. Have patience, and it's written have patience here, and that's the second card, patience. It So we'll go into that one. But of course, like I said, there's no coincidences, especially in my channel. Have patience that there's a plan unfolding. The sky's the limit. This card represents an enlightenment and signals that you are entering into a time of expansive transformation. Jupiter is around us a lot this year, okay? So remember that it is the planet of expansion. So embrace it. Take it at this point, okay? Take whatever Spirit's offering, whatever expansion it's asking you to step into. This is a great time to be more than you've ever been before, okay? You are entering into a time of expansive transformation in a luminous and remarkable way. Trust that the changes ahead are for the greater good, for most certainly they are. And then you have the card of patience. I love that. I love this, okay? It says water represents our emotions, our feelings, our subconscious, and our nocturnal dreams. When the water becomes condensed as fog, we can't see clearly. Fog occurs when the air is cool to the point at which it cannot hold all the water vapor it contains. Thus it condenses water vapor, where it is suspended in the air as fog. We can't see what's ahead, and things that look one way in the fog will look another way in the light. However, when you can't perceive what's on the horizon in life, your imagination can surge forward, and your sixth sense can be ignited. So it is asking you to look further, to be patient, that the truth will emerge, okay? It says your imagination and intuition at this point can be sparked. Yesterday we had the card of play. So right, insightfulness, imagination, play, fertility, creativity. These blocks are here for you to stop and tap into that, to tap into a bigger stability, a bigger way of thinking, better way of thinking, okay? Everything happens for a reason, Pisces, and there's no exception here. There's no exception. Okay. Here we go. Beautiful Pisces. Let's take some cards here and let's take a look. So absolutely, we still have the card of fertility and being, what does this say? Being sure. We want to be sure. We want to have clarity. We want to be sure. And we can be sure. It's just seeing it in a different way. Everything is about balance and perspective. And that will remain throughout all the readings in the upcoming year. Thank you, my spirit guides, for always being here with me, protecting me, leading me on my path and my journey when I'm unsure. All right. So we have the Devil card that came out first. Yeah. The round and round, the getting stuck. And we have another Emperor card. Okay, Pisces, so these three cards, they're speaking volumes to me. They always speak volumes to me, but in this case, they really are. The restrictive. The restrictive is, the Emperor card is a stability, but he's also usually sitting in one of these beautiful chairs, like these really stone-looking heavy chairs that are, you know, they're set in their ways. This is usually also seen like the father, the authority figure, the one that sets the rules and the laws, and that's the way it is. So there's a lot of inflexibility and unbending energy that sometimes comes with the Emperor. And in that energy, you feel like you're going to get stuck, that you're just going to be going round and round constantly inside of your mind, and just completely driving yourself crazy, right? You just go round and round here. You feel stuck, but you have to free yourself from this emperor, okay? And you have to become an enlightened emperor. The enlightened emperor is asking you to plant the seeds, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing, not being completely sure what's going, just like the fog, just like having patience. Have patience. Even though you can't see what's happening underground, how this seed is taking root and what it will grow into, if it will grow at all. It is asking you to trust within yourself that even in not knowing, even in taking a break and playing, even finding that balance in your life, that you're going to be able to see that some great growth. Okay, you're going to be able to see, abundance and prosperity and opportunity come from it. You have to trust in your new foundations, your new garden that you're planting. They're showing me when you do plant a garden, you usually plant things and you water it and you care for it and you trust that things are going to happen. You can usually see it in your mind. If you've grown a garden before, you can see the plants growing, you can see the fruit or the vegetables that are going to be heavy on the vine. And they're saying just do that. But do it without force. Do it without expectation. Don't stay stuck in how it's going to happen. Just trust that it will. Okay? You know what you're doing. Okay? You know what you're doing. You've planted stuff before. You know generally what things will do. You know how they sprout. You know some things take longer to germinate. You know that you'll see the little green sprout somewhere, and that's a clear indication. You've learned. You've done a lot of things in your life to grow things, It's not your first go around, right? And even if it is, you usually have some great insight. And even if you don't, maybe you're just willing to learn on the fly, and that's okay. But the trust and the stability comes from within. No matter what the outcome is, it's from within yourself. Trusting yourself to be able to accept, knowing that whatever happens is okay. Okay? It's not by seeing it, it's by knowing within yourself that it will be okay. So, things they want you to see. There's that Lover's card again. It came out yesterday. There's a lot of harmony coming through. It's committing to your happiness without fear, without expectation. The Page of Pentacles, willing to learn how to do things in a new way. Yeah. And the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of pentacles here, a lot of growth. Yeah. It's funny because in the decks usually you have the Devil and the Lovers. They're usually very similar looking cards. Not in this deck, however. Okay. In this deck, but they're showing me the similarities between the two. Just like the similarities between this Emperor and that Emperor. Okay. Again, they're showing me there are two different kinds. The knowing from seeing and the knowing from knowing. The stability that comes from seeing and the stability that comes from knowing. Again, they're bringing that into focus. There's an external stability and an internal stability. The external one can let you down very many times because circumstances change. And you can be growing the same crop for 3 years and then suddenly that crop won't come up anymore. And that will seriously curtail your sense of stability and of knowing. But they're saying there's there's a different way of doing it inside. When you do it inside, you realize that when a crop doesn't come up, that it may be an external circumstance, and it has nothing to do with your sense of knowledge, your sense of what you've already done. You know that it should have worked. From inside, you know that should have worked, but instead of getting stuck on that, your knowing will help you find the answers that you seek on why things happened and where you can go forward. The other way of seeing things is a personal blame and a personal guarantee that you're always, well, I did the same thing over again. It should have given me the same results. Okay? So this is that perspective, Pisces. That's what they're trying to see. So commit yourself less to external riches, more to internal riches, is what I feel. So this is a constant source of learning, of being the forever student, of understanding how things work. And when the outcome is not coming out the way you want it, to be able to move out of that without getting stuck with that devil energy. Okay, getting stuck in that devil energy, to just move out of it and create your own sense of stability. Going, okay, this didn't work out the way it usually does, you know, in the physical stability of the world that it should have been. And it won't be quite as devastating to you anymore, because you're going to be in a different state. Also, if you're willing to plant things and let them grow, you're going to have a lot more coming in for you. You're going to be more in a place of nurture rather than expectations with the Queen. You're going to be more sitting down to earth, make sensible decisions, and then let the cosmos, the universe, the planet do what it must to bring you on your path. You are on the path, okay? You are on your own path of enlightenment, Pisces. You're exactly where you need to be. So if something doesn't work out the way it should, you're exactly where you need to be. Your life, your journey is trying to tell you to look at something from a different perspective. It's trying to help you go in the way that you are supposed to be going. And sometimes that's a different way than you anticipated. You have to trust in yourself, and you have to create that stability within yourself to keep going. Okay? So this is what Spirit wants you to pay attention to. Right away when I see these three cards, I think of as how you're feeling. The part of this is how you're feeling. Do you feel robbed of something? Do you feel like you need to get out of something? Do you need that you're always in conflict with something? Do you feel like something's been, you know, that the milk's been spilt, and that you've lost your sense of stability, that you've lost your sense of how you're feeling? They're telling you to go inside of yourself. Milk can be cleaned up, but why do I feel like suddenly I failed? Okay? There's more milk. Maybe you weren't meant to drink the milk. Maybe you were to drink water, wine, whatever, right? Maybe there's a reason for everything that is happening. But why do you internally feel like a failure because something happened externally from you? Okay? Why are you getting stuck in that emotion and that whirlwind of feeling like something bad has happened? That there's something that you can't fix so much that you need to walk away. The other part of it is I also feel the sense of, if it does make you feel this way, it is time for you to, the negative energies of these three cards is your indication that something needs to be adjusted, right? You need to move away from those negative energies, that self-defeatist attitude, okay? Stop going round and round into a state of harmony and away from the negative energies. And again here, moving away from the unmoving emperor energy to the more flexible one, the one of knowing rather than seeing. Knowing internally, I'm talking, you know, that sense of knowing when you say, I know, I just know. And believe in yourself, to trust that feeling, to always be the eternal apprentice, the one who's learning. And to move in that direction, okay? Like she is doing, moving away from one way to a better way. As well, when you plant and you just let it, if something fails, it doesn't mean that you failed. You could plant it 6 times and there's one time that it won't come up, as I was talking about. To be more in a sense of nurture rather than obsessive. Okay? To stop always looking at the failures. Okay? Always like staring at them. I feel that she's looking down at them and going, you know, why did I have those? Why did I constantly have those? Maybe you had those because you were supposed to replant. You weren't supposed to move forward right away. Maybe there were other things for you to look at. Maybe the slowdown was meant for you to slow down. Okay, so there's always something else. They want you to pay attention more to just the fact that things didn't go your way, that the stability was taken away from you. Sometimes there's bigger things. All right, so you have the Knight of Cups, right? In this case, I feel it's like pay attention to your intense feelings, because as Pisces, we sometimes feel it's intensified. If we fail, it feels like our heart is breaking for a lot of things, right? It's that you know, that wave of emotion that comes through. So they say to also pay attention to that. Pay attention to those intense feelings of, oh God, you know. They're showing me it's like being in love so much it hurts. If it hurts so much, then it's different than love. It becomes something else. Okay? It becomes something close to obsession. And this is the obsessive part of this. They want you to pay attention to in your life. They're trying to give you spiritual guidance when it comes to that. All right, Pisces, I'm going to let you go with this. I'm going to come back and do the extended later. Thank you so much for your support. Please make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and I'm sending you love, light, and blessings as always. Take care.